On October 16, 1997, the United States is gearing up to colonize space. The Jupiter 2, a futuristic saucer-shaped spacecraft, stands on its launch pad undergoing final preparations. Its mission is to take a single family on a 5.5-year journey to an Earth-like planet orbiting the star Alpha Centauri. The Robinson family consists of Professor John Robinson, Guy Williams, his wife Maureen, June Lockhart, and their 3 children, Penny, Angela Cartwright, Judy, Marta Kristen and Bill Mummy. The family is accompanied by U.S. Space Corps Major Donald West, Mark Goddard. The Robinsons and Major West are to be cryogenically frozen for the voyage, and they are set to be unfrozen when the spacecraft approaches its destination. Dr. Zachary Smith, Jonathan Harris, Alpha Control's doctor, is revealed to be a saboteur working on behalf of an unnamed nation, with which he communicated under the code name ELIS 14 Umbra. After disposing of a guard who catches him aboard the spacecraft, Smith reprograms the Jupiter 2's B9 environmental control robot, Bob May, wore the robot suit and the robot voice was by Dick Tufeld, to destroy critical systems on the spaceship 8 hours after launch. Smith becomes trapped aboard at launch, however, and his extra weight throws the Jupiter 2 off course, causing it to encounter asteroids. This, plus the robot's rampage, causes the ship to prematurely engage its hyperdrive, and the expedition becomes hopelessly lost in the infinite depths of outer space. Smith's selfish actions and laziness frequently endanger the expedition, but his role assumes less sinister overtones in later parts of the series. Let's talk about Season 1. The ship survives, but the damage caused by Smith's earlier sabotage of the robot leaves the crew lost in space. The Jupiter 2 crash lands on an alien world, later identified by Will as Priplanus, where they spend the rest of the season and survive a host of adventures. Smith remains with the crew and acts as a source of cowardice and villainy, exploiting the eternally forgiving nature of Professor Robinson. Season 1 took on a serious theme, with the Robinsons just trying to survive the climate and endure the many exploits of each episode. Even Dr. Smith took on the selfish villain persona, with some great acting. Season 1 almost reminded me of many of the teleseries of the time that lacked any comedic relief. We had also been introduced to the robot as well as the chariot and all the cool equipment that Jupiter carried aboard. Now for Season 2. At the start of the second season. From this point on filmed in color, the repaired Jupiter 2 launches into space once more, to escape the destruction of Priplanus following a series of cataclysmic earthquakes. The Robinsons crash land on a strange new world, to become planet-bound again for another season. This time around the story started becoming a little silly, to cater to the younger children in the audience. The robot and Smith would continue in actor development and bond over their constant bickering. While Will Robinson delivered a softer and more heartfelt bond with the robot and Smith. The writers even added a few romantic interludes with Don West and Judy, while Maureen and John continued to be the strength and patriarchs of the family. Some of the new additions were an automatic laundry dispenser that would spit out a clean and pressed uniform. Hell, it even came in a plastic bag. At this point, a redesign of the laser weapons had also been developed. We can talk about these farther into the video. Okay, let's do Season 3. In the third season, a format change was introduced. In this season, the Jupiter 2 travels freely in space in 7 episodes. Visiting a planet but leaving at the end, or encountering an adventure in space. They visit new worlds in several episodes, with both crash and controlled landings, as the family attempts to either return to Earth or else at least reach their original destination in the Alpha Centauri system. A newly introduced space pod provides a means of transportation between the ship and passing planets, allowing for various escapades. This season had a different set of opening credits and a new theme tune, which had been composed by John Williams as part of the show's new direction. Now onto the props and models of Lost in Space. Props and monsters were regularly recycled from other Irwin Allen shows. A sea monster outfit that had been featured on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea might get a spray paint job for its Lost in Space appearance. While space monster costumes were reused on Voyage as sea monsters. The clear round plastic pen holder used as a control surface in the episode The Derelict turned up regularly throughout the show's entire run, both as primary controls to activate alien machinery, or open doors or cages, and as background set dressing. Some primary controls were seen used in episodes such as Season 1's The Keeper, Parts 1 and 2, His Majesty Smith, and Season 3's A Day at the Zoo, and The Promised Planet. Spacecraft models were also routinely reused. The foreboding derelict ship from Season 1 was redressed to become the Vera Castle in Season 3. The fuel barge from Season 2 became a space lighthouse in Season 3. The derelict ship was used again in Season 3, with a simple color change. Likewise, the alien pursuer's ship in The Sky Pirate was lifted from the 1958 film War of the Satellites, and was reused in the episode Deadliest of the Species. The weapons of Lost in Space also took a major change, from the black military style to a more sleek silver and chrome rendition to better represent the futuristic effect. They cancelled my favorite show. In early 1968, while the final third season episode Junkyard in Space was in production, the cast and crew were informally led to believe the series would return for a fourth season. Allen had ordered new scripts for the coming season. A few weeks later, however, CBS announced the list of returning television series for the 1968-69 season, and Lost in Space was not included. CBS executives failed to offer any reasons why Lost in Space was cancelled. The most likely reason the show was cancelled was its increasingly high cost. The cost per episode had grown from $130,980 during the first season to $164,788 during the third season, and the actors' salaries nearly doubled during that time. Further, the interior of the Jupiter 2 was the most expensive set for a television show at the time, at a cost of $350,000. 20th Century Fox had also recently incurred huge budget overruns for the film Cleopatra, which are believed to have caused budget cuts. Allen claimed the series could not continue with a reduced budget. During a negotiating conference regarding the series' direction for the fourth season with CBS chief executive Bill Paley, Allen was furious when told that the budget would be cut by 15% from Season 3. Well, as all good things end, Lost in Space will forever remain in our hearts. Hey wait, they made a Lost in Space movie and Netflix made a Lost in Space series. We should look at those too. Once again, I would like to thank everyone who watches my videos, and I hope you hit the like button and subscribe so you can receive more awesome reviews. God bless and may the Force be with you.